Hello, my name is Matt Hofelich, and this is a video presentation over the book report for storytelling with data, a data utilization guide for business professionals. I will be summarizing and giving highlights of the book in this video. The books, obviously as its title suggests, the book shows how to create an appropriate and effective visual from a given set of data. Covers context, an overlay of the importance of context is how it begins, goes over exploratory analysis versus explanatory analysis, the different aspects of exploratory analysis with who, what, and how. Also gives definitions and explains the 3-minute story, big idea, and storyboarding. Then next chapter, it jumps into choosing an effective visual. This chapter outlines the most used visuals, what those visuals are used for, and the best ways to utilize those visuals. Examples of these visuals are simple text, tables, graphs, points, line graphs, slope graphs. It also gives examples of what not to use, which include pie charts, donut charts, 3D, and secondary y-axis. Next chapter jumps into clutter. Make sure that you only have relevant information in your visual. Keep your visual clean. If the information does not more clearly relay the information or bring it to a higher standard, then it needs to be eliminated. Chapter 4 goes into focuses your audience's attention, analyzes how people see, and how you can maximize that to your advantage when generating a visual. It goes into pre-attentive attributes, some of those being size, color, and position. Goes in different types of memory, iconic, short-term, and long-term. Going into more pre-attentive attributes for text, such as bold, italics, or outline. Gives some for graphs, such as size, color, and position on page. And also gives other various pre-attentive attributes as well, including orientation, shape, line length, etc. Next chapter jumps into design, gives traditional design concepts to communicating with data. Some of these are affordance, accessibility, aesthetics, and acceptance. Then the book jumps to dissecting modal visuals. It discusses understanding the basics of what makes visual pieces effective, and then gives examples of these. It states that it's important to highlight areas the presenter wants an audience to focus on, or accentuating a certain piece of data that differentiates that piece of data from an opposing piece of data. Chapter mainly gives examples on how to enhance different types of bar graphs. Then we jumped into chapter 7, which goes into storytelling. There are 3 aspects of storytelling: setup, conflict, and resolution. Gives outlines on how to construct a story, the components of a story, and the narrative structure and flow of a story. Just gives the important point where stories have a way of captivating us and sticking with us in ways that facts alone cannot. Chapter 8 goes into pulling it all together. It's a chapter that brings all the learnings from the prior 7 chapters into one. It mainly entails the evolution of a particular visual the author picked, and goes through just the different stages of that visual as it progresses. Chapter 9 gives 5 particular case studies. Each giving scenarios where the author came into a certain situation and how the author handled it. One of those being color consideration with a dark background. And then chapter 10 is merely just closing remarks and reiterates the concepts of the book. My opinion, I actually surprisingly enjoyed the book. I thought it was its visual guidelines are something that I will likely utilize in the future when I pursue my MBA, and also when I pursue executive level positions in construction or some other industries. So yes, that was a great book, and that concludes my presentation. Thank you.